Marlowe Move Monday, and today is Tuesday of theory. Wednesdays I don't do anything, but I will have things for Thursday and Friday, different segments. So today's Tuesday, Tuesday of theory. So here we go. Today we've got a couple different subjects I want to talk to you about. I've seen other magicians do, and I don't particularly like. Alright, one is suspense, and the other is approaching magic books. Alright, let's talk about suspense. Darwin Ortiz talks about in his book Strong Magic about how you can get that much more out of one simple trick, suspense, to build it up every single level to make it that great and make it a better trick to begin with and get more time out of it, because some tricks can be short. I've seen magicians get 20 minutes out of it, so yeah. So here we go. Let's say I have a card on the table, and I say, this is your card, and I know the magician's going to twist around the trick, and he knows it's not, and he says, and here, Dave, there's your card. And they're like, what is he going to think when he looks down and sees that's not my card? So you can build it up and you go, there. And then you say, what? So you can get that much, or you could do it like this and build suspense and say, wouldn't that be amazing if that was your card? I think that if it was such a good trick, because that was your card, and then you turn it over and say, that would be good. You got all that suspense out of just a joke. It's great. And, get rid of this Leonard Green style. Huh? Some of you magicians know what I'm talking about. Anyway, that's where you go with suspense. You can get that much more out of a trick, but if you don't put in the time and effort, you won't be able to. So you have to think about, if you're creating effects, you got to think about this. Alright, now, second part, approaching magic books. When you read a magic book, people ask this question a lot to different people, magicians especially, because some people like to learn. Some people like to learn from DVDs. Some people like to learn from books. Some people range in between. Here's what I don't preferably care for a DVD. I would rather have a book, personally. Not to say that DVDs are any better or books are any better. I learn better from a book. You might learn better from a DVD. So, it's not my choice to how you learn your effects. I prefer to read from a book. Now, reading a magic book. When you read magic book, and I'm taking this from Darwin Ortiz's lecture, but he says it shouldn't be like going through the bargain bin at TJ Maxx. You don't go, too big, too small, not the right color. No. So when people say, do I read cover to cover? Or do I just read the interesting things that I like first, and then maybe a few years later I'll say, maybe I need that, maybe I need that. If you think that the author deserves your respect to read his book, then read him. Give him the time and effort to read him. And to this day, if you learn something from, let's say, from Ed Marlowe's Revolutionary Card Technique, if I take a move out of there, and I say, and I do it for Magician, I fool him, he said, now what book is that in? I say, it's in Ed Marlowe's Revolutionary Card Technique. He says, I have that book. And you just go, well, read it. Give that author the respect he deserves, if he deserves it. Like Ed Marlowe, fantastic, phenomenal magician. He created most of the things in that book. Deserves the respect and honor to read it. And you'll be a better magician. I'm not talking about just this one book. I mean, some books are just bad, you know? And I'm talking about, if you know this author, And even if he's a great author, you know him, and you read it, even if it's bad, at least then you know not to read cover to cover to the next book, maybe, you know? So, yeah, yeah, that's what I want you to take away from this. So that's what that's for. Next week, Thursday. Thursday reviews, magic book reviews. We're gonna have a book called Magic, and I'm gonna do a review on that, on the history of magic. So that concludes episode 1 of Tuesday of Theory. Thank you guys. Next week, let me see what next week we'll be talking about. I'll give you a little taste of next week. Alright, let's see. Next week is what is it today? Next week we will be talking about 3 things: structured practice, learning a move, and different parts you have to learn about a move, and finally, doing moves on the offbeat. Alright? So that concludes this episode of Magic Theory Tuesday. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you think about these things and take it away. Thank you very much.